Hi everyone, my name is Destiny Reyes. I'm originally from Florida and went to undergrad at Rollins College. And through that, I had the opportunity to attend CYA in spring of 2016. I had never actually considered studying abroad when I first went to college, just because I knew it would be expensive and I didn't think I would honestly have the time doing a double major. But after a friend of mine studied abroad in Australia, came back and told me what a wonderful time she had, I started to look into where I could go and stumbled upon Greece in CYA and realized that I could fulfill a lot of my requirements there. So I applied, got a scholarship, and got excited to start my journey to attend. While at CYA, I was able to take a number of really cool classes that fulfilled requirements for both of my majors. So I took a Greek myth class with Professor Stewart that was really cool and in-depth. I also took a Greek contemporary politics class with Professor Gandolfo, which was awesome. It was kind of a history and political science class all in one, and incredibly informative, and he was just such a cool professor. He brought us to Greek Parliament and took us all around Greece on a walking tour, and it was just a really wonderful class in general. While I was there, I also wrote a blog for one of the scholarships that I got, and I think that the most rewarding thing I did was volunteer at Caritas Hellas, which is a refugee center in Ammonia. So it was really wonderful to be able to help in that way during the refugee crisis and kind of enrich my experience and my want to help people in the future. I think there are a number of different aspects of my identity that impacted my experience in Greece. Just general characteristics like the fact that I'm outgoing and that I have always loved art and philosophy and politics. I think that a lot of people in Greece, or maybe it's just the Greek culture in general, like talking about things like politics and passing conversation, which I really enjoyed. But I think in a lot of ways I serendipitously placed myself somewhere where I would be surrounded by things that I loved and be in a place that felt very welcoming to me. And I think as a Black and Latina person, going somewhere that is much more homogenous than I had come from, I was just struck by how welcoming Greek people were. I never felt unsafe, I never felt unwelcomed, and I honestly loved everything about my experience. I met so many wonderful friends while I was in Athens, and I can't speak highly enough of my experience at CYA. It was wonderful. By far, my favorite place in Greece was Athens, just because it felt and still feels like home. I think when you spend so long somewhere, parts of it stay with you, and that's definitely the case for me. Apart from Athens, I really enjoyed Mykonos. The beaches are beautiful, the windmills are just absolutely wonderful and so aesthetically great. And I also loved Nafplio. The sunsets are absolutely magnificent. Ultimately, attending CYA changed my career path. After graduation, I ended up working abroad in Madrid for a little over a semester as an assistant English teacher because I wanted more international experience. And after that, I did come to law school, which I'm almost done with now, thankfully. But my specialization is in international law, and in the future, I hope to work in primarily international law and do human rights pro bono work. So studying at CYA really impacted what I'm passionate about now and what I'll be doing for the rest of my life, thankfully. Apart from that, I've been back to Greece twice since and plan on returning again in the fall and many times after that. I think the staff and professors at CYA are so welcoming and so kind that it's hard not to keep in touch with them once you've left. I have remained in touch with Nadia. She's so incredibly kind and so helpful, as well as some of the other staff, especially when I went back to Athens and stayed at one of the student apartments as a result of being a CYA fellow or CYA ambassador. And yeah, it's been really great. I know I always have somewhere where I can go and visit and see people that I care about and who care about me.